if I could knock this out without having to edit it any further, that would be great, because I'm really supposed to be leaving very soon. I was before just working on giving a little breakdown of KingCobraJFS's recent food hack pizza that he ordered. I already have the price breakdown, and it's astonishing, so hopefully I still get to make that. When that payday hits, he goes nuts. But that's not why we're here. A little bit ago, he just uploaded a video called "Don't Believe Her Lies" or something like that, with a misspelling in the word believe, if you can believe it. And he goes into some details about the Aaron situation, you know, with the whole the three's a crowd situation with Aaron and Jessica. His side of it. He explains his side of it, and some other just his take on some other things that she's recently mentioned. So the back and forth continues here. He keeps saying he wants to stop talking about her on here, but she keeps coming up with reasons to get him to respond, which is, man, it's really doing something to him. So let's see what he's got here. A lot of people will say there's no point to this since I had to censor so much of it. But you know, I like to get paid.
YouTube?
So here we are.
I don't want to talk about it, but Jessica Boyle has to open her mouth and share on the internet that should not be shared, and then twist the story to make herself look innocent because she's a manipulative little I'm talking, of course, about the boobs incident.
Of course.
Dun, dun, dun.
So I have another video on this from a couple days ago. If you get caught up on that, I think I kind of explain it in a decent pace.
So back when I was living at my old apartment, Jessica came to visit me, and we were both drinking, and my buddy Aaron at the time come over with some vodka, and he's like, "Hey guys, I got some weed," and I'm like, "Killer, man, can we smoke up?" And he's like, "Yeah, dude." So we go up to his apartment, and he's looking for his...
You know what? Until this moment, I forgot that Aaron lives in the same complex or something, right? He's like a neighbor.
Weed. And I'm not gonna lie, I was copping a feel on Jessica a little bit.
Okay, on their way up to Aaron's apartment, and he's copping a feel.
It wasn't super graphic, but it was enough to let Aaron know that at the time she was with me.
Why did he feel that he has to prove something to Aaron in that way? You know, a little...
And Jessica, being Jessica, just...
a little insecure, or...
out of nowhere, takes her boobs out. And she literally asked if Aaron could also suck on one of her titties while I suck on the other one.
So now... as he explains it, as he just said, he was copping a feel, quote, on the way. All three of them were going up to Aaron's apartment, and she spontaneously whips him out and asks if Aaron can join in. This is Josh's recollection of the evening, how it all played out. Just whipped him out like, "Both of you wanna..."
Aaron was asking for it too. One, Jessica Boyle's supposed to be my girlfriend at the time, and two, Aaron's supposed to be my friend at the time.
Right.
And get this, Aaron already had a girlfriend that was long distance, bro. The only thing that happened was...
Oh my God, Aaron! Actually, you know what? I remember him talking about in the first time he showed up in videos or in one of the streams or whatever, one of her streams actually. He's talking about this person he's supposed to meet up with that he met on a site or whatever.
She got her down there pinched and twisted a little bit, and Aaron asked if she could get eaten out by him, and me and Jessica were both like, "No, dude, stop." I looked at Jessica and I said, "Put your away." And honestly, I felt disgusted. I felt humiliated. I felt just this disgusting. And I let it go because Jessica said she wanted to have a fantasy with three guys, and I'm like, no, I'm not sharing my girlfriend with anyone. If it were gender reversed,
he let it go because she has a fantasy and he said no. Was this supposed to be like consolation?
Think of it, if it were gender reversed, and if I were to do that to
Always an excuse to do gender roles.
Jessica and one of her female friends and pressure them into both my at the same time, while making her female friend do it while she watches, and she wasn't into it, I'd be a pig. And if I pressured her into doing it on top of it, I'd be called a groomer. That is such a double standard. When men do it, it's because we're...
What? He's talking roles reversed. So is he like, what is he suggesting Jessica was like grooming him and Aaron? Because that's such a wild thing to say. Man, for someone who hates sickos so much, he sure does like to mention how he's gonna vote for one. Am I right?
Pigs, right? But when women do it, it's because they're sexually liberated. Kiss my ass. And then, when we're getting gas with Aaron in his car, I get out to go get a pack of cigarettes at Wolf and Jug, and I hear Aaron shout at Jessica, "Did I see your last night?" And there's a guy standing right next to us, and Jessica's like, "Dude, shut up." She got mad about that, and then goes on the internet and starts talking about it. Like, the mental disconnect this woman has is seriously the worst.
She did openly go on the internet to discuss this whole thing that we otherwise didn't know about.
And she forgot or neglected to mention that I said, when she asked if Aaron could suck on her other while I suck on the free one, I said, well, it's your body, do what you want to do, but I would rather you not. Subtle hint, hey, we're dating, and if we're supposed to be dating, why do you want other dudes? Am I not good enough for you, kind of thing?
Josh's response to what I'm about to say would probably be like, "Oh, but roles reversed, you wouldn't say that." But kind of makes him sound like a little cuck, you know? Well, actually, Jessica, I would prefer if you didn't let him, bro's wearing a cowboy hat, smoking pipe tobacco, tattoos on his knuckles. He's like, well, actually, Jessica, I would prefer if you didn't do that with him. Anyway.
Like, bro, that's basically what happened. And conveniently, Jessica says, oh, she has a bad memory and doesn't remember, but then she's going to sit there and say, well, this is what happened. You cannot say you don't remember what happened and then say in the same video, but this is how it happened. Don't believe me, Drunken Peasants has footage that other channels have clipped of her saying the dumbest. So when she tries to backtrack on camera and say, well, I didn't say that. Like, Aaron was trying to steal my girlfriend.
You think showing evidence and the truth to her is going to make her admit that she's lying?
I'm taking pictures of me while I was passed out. Then once Aaron got that DUI, I stopped hanging out with him because I'm a drinker too. But I'm not as bad as Aaron is. I've never been to the hospital for alcohol poisoning. Aaron's been in treatment several.
Yeah, but that's because Josh passes out on his floor all alone in his own place. He's poisoning himself and just somehow surviving.
Times he's been to the hospital multiple times for alcohol poisoning. And it's just sad. Aaron showing up to his job drunk and then telling me that I don't know how the world works. That's what he told Jessica anyways, allegedly. And just talking with Aaron, he knows how crazy Jessica.
Now he's quoting Jessica. Things that Jessica told Josh, Aaron said about Josh. Now he's relying on information from her.
Jessica would make a fight about nothing and then start yelling you about it when you call her out on her. It's not healthy. Oh yeah, Jessica didn't tell you that what I said about the whole sucking thing, right? I said I preferred if you wouldn't or didn't. I told Aaron and Jessica both I prefer if you didn't. So I got peer
That's such a lame response to that, bro.
pressured into it because I didn't want to create a...
Like, listen, every relationship's different. Like, you know, whatever's working out for you in your relationship. But he seems upset about it and was like, oh, I actually,
drama or a fight in the apartment complex I was living in. And I didn't want to fight with Jessica about it. Because then she would have used it as an excuse to rip on me for watching Chatterbait when she's not there. When she said in that relationship, I could if I wanted to, just as long as she's not there.
This is in reference to the fishnets The blonde in the fishnets he was watching.
Which is kind of hypocritical for her to give me about that, considering she used to do Cam 4. When she tried complaining about Jessica Messica to Cam 4, Cam 4 said, look, you posted publicly, so if your gets sniped, it's your own damn fault. There's a big difference.
I really like his reasoning here. Like, she's telling him, like, you Josh, you should not be on those websites. And he's like, my brother in Christ, you were on this website making content.
YouTube between Jessica posting like Cam 4 stuff publicly versus having an intimate moment with your other half, then you and your other half break up, and then she tries to revenge on my ass, trying to sell pictures of her and like what have you for $2,000.
Right.
And no one's gonna pay her that money for that crap. But then she'll Jessica Messica revenge on her. Her mental disconnect is seriously lacking, and I feel sorry for her.
What is it? Her mental disconnect is lacking.
And I can't stand her. She needs mental health. And I know what she's going to say if she receives me. Why are you talking about the Aaron situation on YouTube? Oh, did you forget, Jessica? You were saying you were the first one to say anything about it on YouTube. So let me clarify the record. No, it's kind of...
It's not going to stop her from complaining.
YouTube. I'm like, well, yeah, this is what I get. But like I said in my last video about Jessica, I'm not in a rush to find companionship or get laid. I'll find a way harder younger girl that's old enough to drink and old enough to sink in the pinky. Yeah! Because 21 is as low as I go. Now, like, Jessica's gonna try to gaslight me.
It's kind of weird. Kind of weird. He's like, yeah, 21 sounds good. I don't know, man. How about, like, someone within a decade?
And be like the world's biggest e-begging grifter, manipulative piece of little licking. That's a mouthful. I'm gonna have to age restrict this guy.
Speaking of mouthful,
damn video. Oh, and then when
Aaron got one.
He doesn't work. She tries to take all these videos that she allegedly recorded of us fighting and trying to expose that.
Right.
Doing anything she can to ruin my reputation because she f***ed it up. She's doing anything she can to piss me off and ruin my reputation because she f***ed up and lost the best boyfriend she ever had. And there's no skin off my shoes. People saw how mentally insane she is. People see how impossible she is.
Right.
A lot of people are like, Cobra, you have the patience of a goddamn saint. And I'm like, well, it's neither here nor there. So I was hanging out with Crystal Roberts on her stream and just all the people supporting me who are on my
I don't know who that is. I'll have to check that out, I guess.
side with this issue. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I don't know what Jessica Boyle's mental problems are, but it's too much, dude. I think her parents are the saints for putting up with it. You know, when Jessica Boyle's having a sour mood, and it causes her to have like what you'd call a sensory overload, she throws a fit. Grown-ass woman hitting herself. Like, I watched her do it. You try to have a conversation with her, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
I remember also the recording of her like using it as a threat. Like, should I start hitting myself again, Josh?
That's how conversations work. You say something, I say something. I try to have a conversation with her, and she'd get mad and scream, "Let me finish.
Let me speak."
Then she'd scream, "You're not letting me finish." And I said, Jessica, it's not even like that. And I tried to explain it to her. She wouldn't listen. I tried telling her it's not that I'm not letting...
My whole life, no one has listened to me.
You finish. This is called having a conversation. I say something, you say something. And if my thought distracts you from what you're trying to say because you can't figure out what you're saying, not my fault. And I don't want her to push me around physically or emotionally kind of thing. And when I call her out on her bullshit, she can't handle it, that I'm not taking her crap. She loses it and starts hitting herself. At one point, when I was dating Jessica, she started hitting herself because she was a little too drunk. I immediately pulled her hand away from her, both her hands away from her head, and just held her, and she cried into my shoulders because she was feeling very emotional. And I whispered in her ear, "Stop hating yourself. Jessica, stop. It's going to be okay. You try as hard as you can to be the sweetest guy." And she pushes you away because that's all she's used to in her life is people treating her like... And the mental problems on top don't help. That's just my 2 cents. Take her to leave.
God, this is such a wild relationship. Hitting himself in a conversation, in an argument, and the blackmailing, and the revenge pictures, and the cuck situation is it's a good entertainment. You cannot make this stuff up. Writers are going wild this season, but okay. That's his response to the Aaron stuff Jessica recently brought up. Hopefully this video got knocked out pretty quick here, and I can get that uploaded. Oh god, I really have to get going. Let's make it happen, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye bye.